I need to get some food in my belly as well. So, feed the cat. Scrap components. Repair myself. He dies to shit. Never mind. Tala! Let's eat some mushies. I still need to get mushrooms out as well. What's the lemon mina? This one. I'm actually gonna waste one. No, this gives me energy. I should have went instead of cooking. I'll go next cycle. I'm still thinking I'm giving them visits. Just checking up on them. And seeing how they're doing and all that. Okay, oh no. This one. Why am I not doing the other one? This one gives more. I need to finish this faster, not slower. +3. Yes, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna try and finish these guys first, because these guys are kind of assholes, and I need to get them in line first. And I probably won't be able to. Let me try. Okay, one more. Oof, nice. Good rolls, good rolls. Let's complete this. I should have went with this other one. Never mind. Let's see what Peter is gonna say. Sleeper! Peter calls out to you across the axis. He's standing by the same railing as you saw him that last time, and he beckons you over. Sorry, I'm just burping. Oh, Jesus. Cold. Oh wow, I've been playing this for a while now. I've been hearing things. He gives you a side long look. Good things? Peter smiles. Mostly. He rubs his hands together nervously. You wait for him to speak. You know, on song, I was a teacher. He glances at you, anticipating a response. Really? Peter sighs. Don't sound so surprised. Mechanical engineering. It's an essential subject on the moon where a single mechanical failure could mean the death of hundreds. He looks at the ground. The heat, the atmosphere, radiation, all of it is hostile to us. He absolutely doesn't look like a teacher, but so do I. I do not look like a teacher as well. My students knew this. Their work, their training was respected. As long as they were careful and respected themselves, they could have their choice of colony placements. They were always in demand. That meant I was respected, surrounded by friends and colleagues, always able to call in favors and repay them like for like. He frowns. Some colonies are small, close-knit. We look after our own. When the flux event started hitting, colonies went dark overnight. We all knew what those kinds of failures meant. Like always, we lost more people than any on the other moons. He balls his hands into tight fists. Not a single one of my students left song. Wow. Jesus. Our future was cut off, just like that. My future, he flexes his hands. What am I out here? What use am I? Song is fading memory, and the systems we built there are useless outside its orbit. How am I supposed to move on from here? He looks at you, eyes steely gray and glinting. You don't have to find someone to teach. Peter pauses, thinking. You don't give up, do you, Sleeper? You just keep going. Yes, I do. I'm an idiot. You remind me of a student of mine, one who entered the program from one of the smaller colonies. They didn't have the advantages of some of the others, but they were stubborn as hell. By the end of the program, they were the most skilled of their peers. They didn't get the best assignment, maybe because they didn't spend much time making the kind of connections that would help you get there. But that didn't matter, because I knew they would make the best of anything they set themselves to do. Peter is smiling now, buoyed up a little by memory. Singers are stubborn, Sleeper. We aren't going to change easily. We won't forgive easily, or take help easily. But We'll hold strong. Okay, count on us for that. Peter stands from the railing. When you see Saul again, you can tell him that. You can tell him how the crews of Ember's song operate. Yeah. Tell him we will resist. If that means resisting Hearth's imperialist ambitions, so be it. If it means resisting the flux, so be it. And if it means as you have help others resist those same pressures, so be it. Peter smiles and then tell him to leave us alone. I don't know if this is a good outcome or bad. I'm pretty confused. He turns his step lighter. All heads off toward. He turns his step lighter and heads off towards the center of the Axis Hub. I hope that was a good. Could be a good. I don't know. Let's complete this one as well. Oh, I need a 3. That was definitely. Let's see what Stock is doing. With remarkable intuition, you not only support the step self, but harden it. Lucky smiles when she sees the result. Now I need to talk to her, it's not a trigger. You and Aki stand side by side at the viewing window in silence. The dust swirls and you glimpse the twisted root systems of the step silk through the ochre haze. After all these cycles, you feel a strange connection to the world on which you have never set foot. Aki shifts from foot to foot. She seems restless, eager to speak but unsure of what to say. The dust houses look good. Aki smiles at you warmly. They do. She pauses and turns back to the window. What is the value of all this? She asks suddenly. Of preserving a world we have left behind. History, heritage, conservation. Heritage. Aki is silent for a moment. Our practices, our lives require the materials, the patterns the step provides, but if those practices remain unchanged while the universe around them shifts, aren't they already dead? She pauses. What is better, to preserve at all costs, or to allow things to be destroyed by change? Aki paces away, lost in thought. I'm grateful to you for helping protect the dust houses, for ensuring their slide into decay is delayed, even averted. But now I find myself at an impasse. The stability of the dust houses changes things. It makes me aware of how blinkered we have been. Aki stops to look at you, her posture somehow different. If the ecosystems of Steppe, if its people cannot grow to meet the future, why preserve it? She frowns. Are we just slaves to the preservation of what came before? No change, inheritors. You can change. Aki comes close, holds your hands in hers. We must change. We must change to live. She smiles. I have seen that in you. The steppe, these people, the ship, should serve more than heritage, than history. They should serve the future. She takes a breath. There are those in the flotilla that need clothes, that need food, that can benefit from the gifts of the steppe's ecosystem. I want you to invite them. Can you do that for me? Of course. I know that Saul sent you, she smiles. You can tell him Aki, captain of the wind's long shadow, invites all the people of the flotilla to come. Captain? She smiles. You never asked. Aki steps away. You want to know about the flux? No? About its purposes, its origins? She smiles. You wish to protect your home, as we could not. I'm afraid I don't have much to tell you. It is an exotic wave of sorts, an energy that passes through matter. It shifts the very charged particles which run through our electrical systems. It is possible to shield against it, as you would radiation, as we have done with the dust houses, but only while it is weak. The flux event here was much like the first ones we felt on Ember Steppe. Localized, destructive but bearable. But in time its strength grew. I don't know if it will be the same here, but she pauses. It is coming from the center of the system, from the close orbit of Helion's star, H1. That is all we could uncover. She is silent for a moment, unsure of what to add. I'm sorry I cannot offer more, but you are always welcome on this ship, she smiles. I hope I will see you when the others come. She squeezes both your hands. I hope this ship, these dust houses, can be more than a museum. I hope they can be a home. With this, she turns and leaves, and you feel the word home resonating with you like a struck bell. Can't leave! I need the eyes mushrooms. I'm stuck. Plus, I like the eye. Why not? When you arrive at the bridge of the Pilgrim Seed, Sol is waiting for you. You wouldn't believe the messages that have come through in the past few cycles, Sleeper. He smiles. The ship from Steppe has sent a goodwill gesture, a whole cache of supplies from their own farms. He smiles. I'm not sure how we'll use them, but the gesture is a welcome one. Song, meanwhile, are apparently accepting supplies again, although a little erratically, if I may say so. Decently, whatever. Sol smiles. I don't expect them to change anytime soon, it should be said. And what I'm wondering, Sleeper, is what part you had in all of this? Sol eyes you, waiting for an answer. Like it's no part. I lie. I totally did not put my fingers and nose into every little nick and cranny. It changed things. I helped. Very good. I've come to expect that of you, Sleeper. He smiles. You look at Sol, his eyes bright and eager, and wonder what he sees in you. Are you a tool to be used or an ally? It can be hard to tell. I want to show you something. Sol squeezes your shoulder, turning you to face the lift. He leads you along the axis of the ship, towards the entrance, the clanking of his suit accompanied by the constant hammering and welding that fills the echoey bulkheads of the Pilgrim Seed at all hours. With the cordon lifted and shuttles able to go out to salvage scrap and barter for supplies, the ship has become a place of transformation, moving towards some state yet to be revealed to you. You look at Sol. What is his plan here? What is he preparing the Pilgrim Seed for? Or are his sharp eyes simply focused on making it to the next cycle? Suddenly, Sol stops in front of a huge bulkhead door, like the seal on the front of a dry dock hangar. He signals to someone in a cabin high up, attached to the wall, and they begin to the process of opening it up. Also, I'm kind of confused. I was expecting to meet that Havage agent a bit more. Like, she seemed like she would be a very crucial person through all of these stories. We have one more story as well. But apparently maybe it's just she was gonna be the counterpoint in the previous story where I had to choose what was gonna happen, if I will, betray, not betray, do all that. Because she's not showing up anyway. Maybe she'll show at the end of this to tell me how much I fucked up. I don't care. We'll see. The Pilgrim Seed was built as a short-range freight carrier, the amber warning lights on the bulkhead doors send spinning shadows across Sol's face. We built it to ship the entire harvest from thousands of farms to the silos at Passerau. When we realized we'd need to leave, it was the biggest ship we could muster. Sol raps on the metal plate, and somehow she carried us all the way out here. You led the evacuation? Me? He laughs. Not even close. I was a farmer, had a whole load of land and people to run it, and my people helped convert this place for the long trip. He looks at his feet. Others led, organized the evacuation, and debated the plan. What happened? Not one of those folks made it. Sol rubs his forehead. We were out in the black a long time before we got here, Sleeper. Things happen. The upshot is I was chosen to take over. I guess my crew trusted me, and I knew the ship. I argued, reminded them I'm no leader, and that I'm sick, but, well, and service chooses you. A loud klaxon sound indicating the bulkhead doors are ready to open. They groan as they slide back, the metal squeals echoing to the vast ship, bouncing off its hard-plated walls. At first, all you see is darkness, then the lights go on, and huge strips that stretch back and as far as you can see. The space in front of you, a vast bay bigger than any you have ever seen, is empty. When we left Hearth, we didn't have the time or resources to convert the entire ship. Sol begins leading you into the massive space. So much of the freight space we sealed away, shut down. But now, we have time, we have resources, we stabilized here. At least for the moment. Sol turns to you. Now is the time we make use of all this. What are you planning? What do you think happens next for the Eye, Sleeper? Sol sighs. The flux has already hit one part of the station, and from what I know it will hit again. On Hearth, we lost everything. There isn't much time, Sleeper, but there is enough time to do something. Think of the number of people we can fit on here, the farming stacks, the housing hell. We can plant some of those mushrooms you love so much. The special kind? This is the way forward, the only way. We need to fill the ship with able bodies and head for the starboard belt. I thought the Eye was your destination. It was, until the flux hit here. Now it's just another stop. I'm glad of the chance to resupply and salvage, but we need to go further out. I want you to help me. You know the Eye, you have connections, and you can work hard, I've seen it. Sol meets your eye. I know you are like me, Sleeper. You didn't choose service, but it chose you. I don't know. I don't know. There are other ways. I don't know. I know it's a lot to think about, Sleeper. Trust me. Sol begins to lead you back out of the bay. But think of what we can do here. The flotilla can't last forever. We need more than just farmers to make this work. We need to build a new world for ourselves. We've heard that out there in the belt, there are people who've been setting up since the collapse, making something of their own. Pirates, probably a lot. That's our future, tucked away in those rocks, far from all of this, Sol sighs. I didn't bring my people here just to let them die somewhere new. Sol crosses back over to the threshold of the bay and signals for the operator to close it up. The door groans and Sol waits for it to stop. Think about it, Sleeper. Sol claps an arm on your back. But don't wait too long. This is happening soon. And he leaves you there in silence of this vast bay, your head spinning with the thought of leaving the Eye. I am not leaving the fucking Eye. Also, I'm still waiting for Peak to finish her job, so I got an upgrade point. I have 2. I can get a third one, so it's like either getting the engage to like this level, or keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. I mean, I'm not gonna go to that level, but like the +2 to engage and having 4 skills, I think I might wait for to get that, because if I have 4 skills that are +2, that's a very good thing. And I'm not much of a enduring guy, I guess. I'm a softie. And maybe in the other next game we'll have more drives to use. I think I actually lost a few drives. I don't know how, but I think I lost a few. I don't know. I'm just telling that myself because I don't want to think that I fucked something up. Okay, I'm gonna do something because we're just waiting, so I'm gonna go hang out with Lam and Mina. This little suspicious. We eat dinner together, and Lam chats early about the work at the midline. Mina asks a lot of questions. She should. I've been doing a lot of cool things. I tell her all about my adventures with the flotilla. I do not think there's anything left for me to do, so I'm just waiting out the cycle, and I'm gonna go grab some mushrooms. At least I should complete this. Oh, fucking finally, I get a club one. I'm gonna save it in case I'm gonna need it for any of this. Let's collect something shitty. I don't think I'm gonna get anything good. Yeah, just normal. Okay, done with that. A lot more of these. Start growing cycle. I have a lot of this stabilizer and all that. It's good that I'm keeping all of this in track. What do we have? We have growth spores. I might need to collect that actually. Just a little, just to collect a little bit extra. Okay, done with that, done with that. I don't think there's anything else. I'm gonna go get some scrap. Gotta need some scrappy scrap. And that's done for this cycle. Next cycle is the event. Yep. This is good timed. This is timed well on my end, I guess. Because this is the first time I'm playing this. I have no idea how many cycles, how many extra jobs, how many levels of this is gonna be. So it's just I'm figuring this out as you are at this point. Decent dice. Feed cat. I should repair myself. Just to make level out. I'm good on energy and I'll figure that out next. Eating a little bit of mushroom, sunbathing, depends on what I do whichever time. Mushies are growing and now we go talk to Peak. Have you ever heard of can channels, Sleeper? Peak asks as soon as you enter the bay. If you were in the middle of a conversation. There are heavy circles under their eyes, and you aren't sure if they've moved since you last visited. The consoles they are working at seems to have grown too, shadowing their slight frame in a wealth of screens and wires. Can you mean for transit? Yes, exactly. Peak turns to face you. Keomani's active negation, the name of the effect used to transport trillions of tons of materials from surrogate systems to the core. You might have heard of it in your physics classes. At XPR, they hammered the principles into us as kids. Can. Peak recites the definition as if in the classroom. A process of collapsing spatial causality along the Euclidean distance between 2 points by negating mass simultaneously at both ends of a geodesic curve. Essentially, can channels allow for near instantaneous transport of raw materials between systems. They require huge volumes of energy, of course, and decades of construction. But once a can channel is established, it opens up a system for infinite exploitation. The backbone of surrogacy is what XPR called them. Biggs shakes their head. They might not be able to send anything more complex than a rock through them. Complex machines and people are, shall we say, reconfigured by the process. But for raw molecularly pure materials, Big flicks hand. Whoosh! Where is this going? Big pauses. What I was trying to find out was whether the Helion system, this system, ever had a can channel. Can channels are vastly expensive to build, to run. Oh, is the Eye a can channel? Not every surrogate system has one. Many use fraction drive ships to transport their materials to the nearest hub. But Solheim, Peak smiles, Solheim spared no expense when they established this system. There is a can channel? Yep. Peak's eyes light up. They shut it down before the collapse. They couldn't run the sender-receiver station anymore, but it was there. It Still is, as far as I can tell, closely orbiting our star. In fact, Peak grins, they've been building to this, I'm sure it's still there. Because one of the issues with CAN channels are the massive waves of exotic energy they can produce when cycling up. Flux! Exactly. Peak face suddenly drops. Someone is starting up the channel. Whoa. Wait, what? Why? Peak sucks in a breath. That I don't know. They start counting off information on their fingers. They need a lot of resources to do it, and they need to have people from the core systems, but there is no real large-scale extraction in the Hellion system anymore, so why would you go to the trouble? Just to trigger the flux? Peak rubs their red eyes. The flux, the wave the CAN effect produces, is a side effect, a problematic one, but it isn't a destructive force. If it was, the core systems would have never been able to use it. So then why are colonies collapsing because of it? Why is it chewing through systems, the kind of industrial system set up to function within the range of a once active CAN channel? Peak is getting frustrated. The moons of Ember have been terraforming since before the collapse. They would have had to deal with the flux, yet everything we have heard from the refugees says it brought down every system they had. Peak falls quiet, thinking it all through. Your mind drifts too, thinking of the CAN channels, those vast causal highways that pop up the core systems and their endless appetite for resources. This system has been quiet for decades. Solheim collapsed. Most corporations gave up their claims, and apart from the Celes ships that came to begin work on the sidereal horizon, no one from the core has come here in all that time. You shiver as you imagine the attention of the core, the systems of logic and exploitation that created your suffering, turning towards the Hellion system. A floodlight turns to this dark corner. A shrill bleep catches both of your attentions, and Peak rushes to a screen, one showing a crude map of the station. On it, individual markers begin to flare up with insistent chirps. Peak looks puzzled for a moment, and then their face drops. No. They lean in close. This doesn't make any sense. What's happening? The flux nodes are appearing elsewhere on the station. Peak pulls at their hair. I set this system to alert me to the other flux nodes near the epicenter of the flux event, but these are everywhere, the hub, the low end. How can this happen? The only reason we saw flux nodes here is because it is the most run-down part of the station. They were barely shielded, but others appearing? So far after the event, Peak turns to you. You're going to need to get me the data from these nodes, and quickly. I'll keep looking at what I have here, but I need to know why they are popping up everywhere. Right now? Right now! We can talk more about CAN channels and systems history when you are back, but this needs your attention right now. Peak turns quickly back to the monitor, their eyes flowing, scrolling screens of code spewing from the newly flux nodes. You leave quickly, but struggle to shake the image of the spotlight from your mind. You feel watched as you cross back into the pilgrim seat on your way to the shuttle bay. You hurry onward, eager to outrun the fear. Okey-dokey. I need 3 flux data. Okey-dokey. So low end and every other place. At least the greenhouse AI is safe. It kind of isolated itself, maybe. That's not that. Flux node. I'm gonna use any of these that I can. Bypassed. Money. The node is turned inside out. Its skin hurting with distorted data. Fluxed it is. Fluxed is mine. Okay, there's another. This node beats like a heart. The effect is unsettling. Yes, it is. Okay. Caught that one. Where's the last one? Is it? Let's check the eye. I haven't really checked this place about. Yep, there it is. This node is in two places at once. It is there each time you turn. I should have taken the 4 for here. I don't know what I was gonna use or need. Anyway, I could use all 3 dice. That is cool. And I got all of them. Right now, right here, right now, right here. I'm a quick hacker. Okay, got 2 4s. It's better than 2 2s. Let's go back to peak. Give her all the data. I don't know how good this is, but I'm going with 2 dice. Peak loads data into the decoding set. I'll just be a moment. Don't leave, sleeper. Oh, I gave her all 3 at the same time. Okay. You watch as Peak works on the flux data. The nodes unfolding like flowers now, giving in to Peak's increasingly sophisticated decoding protocols. Seeing data like this as an image on a screen is an almost unrecognizable representation to you. It is nothing like swimming among nodes and threads. Despite this, Peak has proven themselves to be more than able to handle these complex data structures, even though this limited representational paradigm. The bay door hisses, interrupting your flow of thoughts. You turn to see Ash entering. Ash! She looks up and meets your eye, but doesn't respond. Ash stalks into the bay, head down. She looks tired, and not in a mood to talk. How's the weapon hunt going? Peak asks without turning from their screen. Slow, unsuccessful, tedious. She slams the bag down on the crate and hops up to sit on it. You're still unpicking bolts of yarn? With the sleeper's help, Peak smiles. They brought me some good stuff this cycle. Maybe they could help you find the weapons you were smuggling. It's clear that Ash doesn't appreciate Peak's tone. Still looking? Mm-hmm, Ash replies. And whoever took them better be making the most of their rapidly shortening lifespan right now. Ash, Peak cuts in without looking away from the console. We talked about this. This is my mistake, Peak, and I'll fix it how I want. She folds her arms. I know one of the factions of the flotilla has taken them. I just need to find out. He calls up a hand. Shh! They lean in towards the screen. Son of a... What? They hid in the wave of the wave. Peak is whispering to themselves. It's alive. They lean back in their chair. Ash crosses over to look at the screen. Alive? Look, it's growing. It's processing. It's quietly working away in the dark. Look. You cross over to the screen and stand beside Ash. In it, you can see that Peak has all 4 nodes decoded, and the pattern shows from inside them sit on the screen like dark stains. Then you notice it, the movement, the thin thread across from one strain to another. As you watch, you notice that the movement only ever happens if you peripheral vision, as if this shadow knows it's being watched. This is how the other flux nodes appeared. Peak rubs their eyes. They weren't fluxed by the wave. They were corrupted after the fact. This shadow that entered in the wake of the wave, it corrupted them, but it made the corruption look like the result of the flux. It's a sleight of hand. Peak runs a hand through her hair. The flux wave is so massive, so complex, that it opens up the systems to be attacked. As it reconfigures exposed systems, this shadow is broadcast in, implanted inside. Can I just deal with bounty hunters? That's easier. The wave from the can channel, it is a brute force way of hitting every system in Hellion. Once the systems are vulnerable, Peak looks pale, their eyes reflect the screens. The flux isn't what is attacking the systems, it is the siege weapon. A Trojan horse. Then this thing takes over. Peak sits back in their chair. And it's already on the eye. Wait. Ash rubs her forehead. You're telling me there is a can channel in this system? Shit. Peak isn't listening. This is bad. We have to take this to someone. Peak looks desperately at you. Helene? Is that wise? She cuts in. Havage haven't exactly made good decisions lately. They are the station administrators, Ash. Peak is desperate. They need to know. I mean, yeah. Yeah, Helene, I don't think Saul could do anything about that. The argument rages between them, and as you watch them shouting, you feel sick. After a while, they stop, running out of things to say, and an unsettling silence descends on the bay. I need more time, Peak says quietly. I need to look at solutions, try to build a case, collate the evidence. If we mess this up? They look down at their hands. Ash goes to speak and then thinks better of it. Not a word, Sleeper. Peak meets your eye. Don't tell anyone until they are ready. They sigh. With the tension among the refugees, Saul won't be ready to hear this. And Helene and Havage are still married in some kind of crisis. Mired, actually. We tell Havage they are likely to react badly, and even with the flotilla stabilized, Saul is also not going to react well to this. I need time to build a case. You're too twisted up in this, Peak, Ash says quietly. This is not our place. We don't owe... Stop, Ash. Peak slumps in their chair. Stop. You leave them like that, exhausted and troubled, and head back out into the pilgrim seat. When you close your eyes, you think of those shadows that moved at the edge of your vision. Something dark growing in the station like a parasite. And we're gonna be the only one who can interact and deal with that. I just hope this is not gonna be the end of the game after the third chapter. You feel sick. Your vision blurs. What comes next? You stop in a corridor and take a breath, putting a hand on the rumbling metal wall. For now, the eye keeps spinning. For now. Upgrade point. We have completed. Good try. Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, it didn't tell me that the episode is complete. Now we click and... Thank you for playing. The episodic story of the flotilla will continue in episode Purge. Ooh, we're gonna purge this thing. Coming early 2023. So yeah, I'm just gonna click on this and upgrade. Thank you. So now I have a +2. You know, maybe this was not a good idea, but yeah, fuck it. So, why is it? There's still a little bit bugs and issues. They should have patched some of this. Maybe, probably. Anyway, yeah. I have no idea how. Look, this is impossible. I voted for this on fucking Game Awards. Of course, I'm gonna vote for this. This is the game that had the most impact on me this whole year, and I just can't believe they're still writing so well. Like, I can't fucking believe how writing is so cool and so nice and so emotional. So, I'm not gonna drag on too much. We'll see each other in the next episode, which between this episode coming out and that, it's gonna be probably a few months. It just says coming early 2023. That means, who knows, maybe like January, February, March, whatever. By this time, these episodes of mine on the YouTube channel are gonna be, you know, done. So I'll come back to this game, of course, when Purge comes out, and I can only hope that they're like making Citizen Sleeper 2, or the game developers are making something else, because I mean, this is not too much of a gameplay. Like, there's not too much. It's just good story writing and some, you know, possible you know, grammar mistakes, or like you know, spelling mistakes, but that's not that important. So, like, depending if they're like working on another game and this is just like a side project to keep this game, you know, up and running with new content, it's fine. So I'm just waiting new game, and I'm waiting for the episode of Purge. We still need to complete the day, so this all will save. I know I looked at it, saved on the side, but we're still gonna complete this. What else can we do? We're pretty much good on everything. Oh, these guys are bad. I ship mine fragment. I kinda have that, and I've kind of completed this, so are these guys done? Yeah, these guys are gonna leave. So we don't have much to do. Average officers are gonna be next episode. And we're gonna have to deal with that. We go eat something. No, I need mushrooms. It's funny how I have so low Criolla cap compared to everything else. We can just intuition. Oh wait, no, I can go have fun with Lemon Mina because I have better engagement now. And I can go and have some funs. Get some energy, go end the cycle. I might need to build another ship mine. I will have to see, depending on the next episode, what it requires. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Okay, we saved up. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to the next episode once again. This game has not faltered one little bit, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, nothing bad, everything fun, everything cool. Like, I wish they could add, more content in terms of like meeting the old friends, but that might be left for this episode. Like when you reconnect with some of your contacts and you persuade them. But it could be just Helen and Saul and Peak and Ash and everybody else. It's still fine. God damn it, I have no words. I just can't wait for the next episode, and I don't know if they're gonna do more after this. It's just so cool. Citizen Sleeper, guys. Grab the game, play it your own way, because there are definitely many different ways to play. Like, outcomes are very much different. People are gonna be interacting with you differently. Like, you can go as a full asshole run. I don't think my heart would survive that. I was thinking of maybe playing just on my own, playing just a full asshole run, be just a prick or something like that. But no, I just want to help these people. This is so good. This is such a good story. I love it. And as I said in an episode, if this was made into like a cartoon, into like an anime, following kind of the best plot, let's just say that, this would have been so nice. Like a movie, maybe not too much, but like as a series, live action series could be good, but sci-fi, especially like these kind of station sci-fi, are very expensive to make unless you reuse a lot of scenes, which can be done actually. I mean, Babylon 5 did it, Deep Space Nine did it, a lot of other like great shows did it, but I'm saying it's still kind of taxing on the set pieces and all that. Animation maybe could be done cheaper. I don't know. I'm not, whatever, movie maker, but still, this is cool. I love this. So check out the game, play it your own way, see how you can do some stuff differently. Maybe see how your story will develop on the eye, and if you would leave or not. But the 3-body problem is my end still. I'm here to help these guys and to live with Lemon Mina and all that. So until next time, do remember, check out the YouTube and Twitch streams of mine, Twitch and stream channels by the same name, so you can find it easily. There is Patreon for support. Anything and everything helps, especially in these trying times. Jesus, I'm very much appreciative of every like if you throw a bucket in my direction, that's enough. And yeah, check out my channel, check out the other episodes. We will be back with episode Refuge when it comes out. And until next time, to remember, it's the stories that we play. See ya.